receive a medallion for making the final of the 2003 Murray Valley Standard ASCF Australian Modified Production title. The first reserve, driving car number 11, the AU Falcon, Peter Dowling. Put your hands together, folks, for Peter Dowling. Starting out of position number 20, one of South Australia's own, driving the inside bearing and brake supplies, number 29, Shane Banks. Stands up there in the hill, all the way in front up, starting out of position number 19, the Falcon, the current South Australian champion. Put your hands together for Jim Smith. Jim started off number 19, Falcon, starting out of number 18 from Ballarat, for the British Car Rental. Put your hands together for Anthony Wilson. Wilson will start out of position number 18. From position number 17, from Simpson, aboard the Falcon for Camperdown Auto Sales, Gavin Gately. Gately, I should say. And the 45 car, starting out of position number 16 from Bendigo, Karen Thompson. From position number 15, she's wearing a lot of brands in the post up on this driver, car number 76 for Autobahn Audible, Fiona Hoover. Got some hands up there. All you as the RX-17, number 14. Again, the driver of car number 37 from Buttering, West Australia, Travis Jackson. Starting from position number 13 from Shark Bay, Western Australia, the driver of car number 91, John Mercer. From position number 12, in the Commodore, number 46 for GK Bodycraft. Put your hands together for Phil McLeod. Driver of car number 98, put your hands together, Dave Lickers. Michael Halley, I should say, Michael Halley starting out of position number 9. Starting out of position number 11, I thought we were going to shake down here. Starting out of position number 11 from Bruce, Western Australia, Ray Clifton. Now starting out of position number 8, driving car number 48, Dave Lickers from Buttering, Western Australia. Starting out of position number 7, driver number 21, Energy Release Driver. Put your hands together for Greg Worley. From position number 6, number 72, starting out of position number 5, the middleweight of the heavyweight, driving car number 38.
Ready to go for the Murray Valley Standard Australian 2003 ASCF Modified Production title.
Peter Lack sets the rolling pace out of turn number 4, runs very high out of 4, and Atkinson on the high side of him. They'll go door handle into turn number 1. Gary Brown on the inside.
He will move it on the inside. So your race leader through turn 1 is Atkinson. Then comes the number 1 car of Gary Brown. Also in there is the 55, your pole sitter of Peter Lack. Now down the main chute they run. It is the antenna specialist Commodore Atkinson, your race leader. Have a look at Gary Brown on the inside, the Aussie Trackware VR Commodore, the defending champion, moves in the second spot, looking menacing there, as is Peter Lack for Withcott Ceilings and the VX Commodore. Along the main chute they run, 38 laps still to run here in the ASCF Australian Modified Production title. This is going to be one hell of a race. Track's still very wet out there. They are certainly drying this track out as they continue to race around here on the 360 metre Review Speedway. Atkinson is your race leader by 3 car lengths over the number 1 car of Gary Brown, but Brown gets a great round of 2 that time around as we come down the back chute past the Murray Bridge Higher sign and exiting turn number 4. The 57 car is leading the way of Ashley Parkinson from Rosedale in Victoria. He has been one of the hot shots all weekend. Started on the outside front row and is now 3 car lengths ahead of the defending champion in Gary Brown, the pole sitter, and Peter Lack, who finished second in last year's title. He is sitting in 3rd position for the Withcott Seedling team. He's a team motor half-field down there watching his every move. The track will certainly dry as the laps wear down here. We see Dave Plekas run wide coming out of turn number 2. He's currently sitting in 5th position. 4th spot is the 72 car of Martin Horson, and so that's your top 5. Atkinson, Brown, then the 55 off Lack and Horson, but as I just mentioned, that Halley has gone past Plekas into 5th position. So therefore, the top 5 are virtually nose to tails. They come up to lap traffic already. Here it is, lap traffic with 7 laps. Lap traffic with Atkinson will have to take some interest in this one because he knows that Brown and Lack will be right behind him as they come out of turn number 4. Atkinson about to look on the inside of Fiona Van Hooven.
And let's have a look at this as goes underneath Van der Hooven. But Brown and Lack just trying to catch up to car 57, our current leader at the moment. This has been a good clean race. There is exactly 31.5 laps to go. Very clean, open racing as they sweep through. I mean, if you're looking at a 40-lap record, not sure there has been one, but there's a bit of leaning on door handles out there. Superb racing. This is what they've been building for the entire weekend. And at the moment, it is 57, 1 and 55. They're your contenders for the Australian Championship.
Well, we have a look through lap traffic. The experience of Gary Brown is starting to show. He's closed the gap between himself and the race leader of Atkinson, as is Peter Lack, shall I say, who finished in 2nd place last year. He knows his way to get to the front in a title. Now lap traffic is certainly coming into play. Lack looks to the inside of that lap car of the 93 machine of Ray Clifton. Now it goes to the outside. Horson's right on Lack's bumper for 3rd position. Bit of argy-bargy through turn number 3 and 4. Horson almost spins coming out of turn number 4, as does Whirling exiting turn 4 as well. Now along the back chute runs our race leader past the Power FM sign, the 57 car of Ashley Parkinson, Rosedale in Victoria. He is showing the clean pair of heels at the moment. He has got probably 5 car lengths over the 2nd place of Brown. But here comes a heavy bit of traffic, and the first car who will come across will be Ashley Wilson from Ballarat for Thrifty Car Rentals. This is going to get interesting.
Absolutely. Can we see this lap traffic as he comes through on the inside? This driver knows all about it, sweeping down through turn 1. Just a little high there, but making his way through that traffic. Everybody knows that he's there. He's just coming through 4, down on the inside, hogging that pole line, getting plenty of drive, staying tidy, and I would hate to say it, but after 25 laps, we've got a good, clean race. Everybody is out there just for these points to bring home the National Championship. Lee, I'm running out of voice.
Yes, now we see Gary Brown starting to close in through lap traffic, as is Peter Lack. Lack starting to come on strong with the number 55 VX Commodore. He goes to the inside of Shane Best, puts a lap on him. The top 3 are down the back straight at the moment. Parkinson, he's got a lap car between himself and Brown. There we go, right on Brown's hammer now is a 55 car of Lack. Lack certainly, his car is coming on strong. Looks like Atkinson was slow coming through turn number 1. Atkinson, has he lost a bit of pace down there in the back chute? We have a look at Lack on the inside of number 1 in Gary Brown. They touch coming through turn number 4. They slow each other down. That allows one of the lap cars to get back in there, but more importantly, it allows a race leader a bit of a buffer between himself and the second place of Brown. Lack's just got to bide his time. There's still 22 laps left remaining here in the Australian Modified Production title, brought to you by the Murray Valley Standard. Through turn 1 runs our race leader, the antenna specialist Commodore of Ashley Parkinson. He is your race leader. He's got 2 lap cars in between himself and the second place runner Brown. We're bound to have a yellow light by the looks of it. No, the 45 car has kept it off the bench, and see if he can keep it going for Karen Thompson. And damage to the right front there through turn number 4. Will we have their first yellow light of the 2003 Australian Modified Production final? We'll wait and see.
Car 45 just creeping along the fence, staying out of trouble. We've still got the green light. This will be good if we can go to 40, Lee, as our leader sweeps through. A lot of competition out there, and I think you'll find that if it's a good, clean race, boy, oh boy, there's still 2 or 3. Oh, we've got a T-bone in number 4. Nowhere to go. Yellow light on the Australian Championship.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing there, though, is... has actually... the cat fits.
Absolutely.
You reported on last night.
18 laps on the Coca-Cola counter as the lead.
A little bit dense fog through turn 3 and 4 at the moment. We're going to go green this time around. 18 circulations on the Coca-Cola counter.
As it is, and we're waiting for the fog in
Parkinson
the, turn 3 and turn 4.
Leader for the restart. 18 circulations to go. We go green and racing. Here we are with the restart for the Australian Modified Production title. Peter Lack got a great restart on the high line there. He passed 3 cars on the main straightaway. He is on the mission. Gary Brown was the big loser out of that restart. He dropped 3 or 4 spots as they come through turn number 4. Your race leader is the 57 car of Atkinson. Then we've got a lap car on the way, the number 5 of Anthony Wilson. But he has just been passed by the 55 car of Peter Lack. Now they run through turn 3 and 4. The race leader is none other than Ashley Parkinson from Rosedale, the 57, aboard the antenna specialist Commodore. Down the back straight he runs. Second place remains to be the 55 car of Peter Lack. They come through turn 3 and 4. Third place, I'll just try and go back just a moment. Could be Martin Harrison in there, definitely on the racetrack, but I know the front 2. That's where the action will be. It is between Parkinson and Lack. They run through turn 3, 15 circulation still on the board. Gary Brown starting to go backwards. He must have some front end damage aboard the number 1 VR Commodore, supported by Aussie Truckware. Coming through turn number 2, Peter Lack certainly closing on our race leader in Parkinson. Down through 3 and 4, they run past the Mount Murray Bridge higher sign in between the pit gate. Lack right on the rear bumper as we see Ben Element pull to the infield, and Gary Brown stopped on the back straightaway.
Wow.
Gary Brown stopped on the back straightaway, because also we've got the Demo Derby to come our way. Ash Parkinson comes up onto the main straight, has another chat with David Martin Hawson. Hawson, you know the guy I'm talking about, the 72 driver from Mildura. He is there in 3rd position, 13 laps still on the counter. We are green once again here in the Murray Valley Standard Australian Production car title. And down the back shoot, Parkinson versus Lack. We watch it with interest. They come through turn 3 and 4. It's back. It's Parkinson leading the way, and Lack on the inside looking for a way past, not to be. So it's Commodore 1 and 2 at the moment. Then we have the 72 pilot in Martin Hawson, and we have a look at Lack on the inside of Parkinson, not to be at the moment. He's having a good look on the inside of him. Now trying to get the drive out of turn 4 is the number 55 pilot in Peter Lack, coming through turns 1 and 2. The top 3 nose to tail in the way of the 57 car. And that's none other than Ashley Parkinson. He started from the outside front row. The pole sitter is currently sitting in 2nd position. That is Peter Lack. He finished 2nd in last year's championship. They come along the main chute. Parkinson, Lack, nose to tail. Then comes Hawson and the 21 21 car, Greg Whirling, is also in there. Top 4, nose to tail, 10 circulations remaining. This is going to go down to the wire.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at this as they come through turn 4. We've got a spinner out there. That's the Mazda, but we've got a yellow light. Not quite sure why we have, because that car is right off the track.
Yep, and the lap scorers are here working overtime. And lights are out. We've got 9 circulations remaining, just under 3 kilometres left to run here on the Australian Modified Production title. Green means go. Parkinson leads them away. The Whitcott Ceilings pilot of Peter Lax looks to the inside, exiting turn number 2. They touch. Down the back chute they run. Door handle to door handle. Lack tries to push the issue into turn number 3. Exiting turn 4. Can Lack get the drive in his VX Commodore? They go down the main chute side by side. Parkinson tries to shut the door. Lack into turn number 1 takes over the race lead. So Lack, your new race leader, the Whitcott Ceilings team, will go up in arms through turn number 4 as they go past the pit stand. We've got the protest flag coming out to the race leader of Peter Lack at the moment. We see Parkinson push it very hard into turn number 1. Down the back chute they run. Peter Lack is your race leader. Parkinson for 3rd. Horson in for 4th. And the 21 car of Greg Whirling is there in 4th position at the moment. They come up and put a lap on Fiona Verhoeven, the Victorian, for Autobahn Warrnambool. But your race leader remains to be with the Whitcott Ceilings team of Peter Lack through 3 and 4 with 5 circulations remaining. When they cross the stripe, the 93 car has pulled in the infield. Paul Clifton with a flat right rear tyre. The race leader coming through turn 2. The green remains on. 4.5 laps left remaining. He finished 2nd last year. He wants to go one more for the Whitcott Ceilings team aboard his VX Commodore. He is going to come across the line with now 4 circulations remaining.
Down the back chute, he's racing under a protest flag. Another car inside. The fog comes down. Have a look at Peter Lack. He's got about 5 or 6 car lengths over Parkinson as they sweep through turn number 4. We've only got 3 laps to go on the counter as they come through. There may be a protest here. The Australian Championship is not over yet, but certainly Peter Lack is at the sharp end of the field.
2 laps left to go when he crossed the stripe this time around. Lack is your race leader. We can see the flag coming at the back of the RX-7 into turn number 3. But Lack, your race leader, aboard his VX Commodore. Just under 700 metres remaining for Lack if he's going to take out the title, go one better than last year. 2nd place remains to be Parkinson. As Parkinson slows coming out of turn number 4, and Greg Whirling is right on his hammer now. That has allowed some breathing space to the number 55 of Peter Lack, your race leader. Down the back chute they race. You're coming out of turn number 4. Put your hands together, put your pom-poms on the air, gals. It is Peter Lack who takes the victory. 2nd across the line will go to Ashley Parkinson. Then we have the 21 of Greg Whirling, the 72 of Martin Horson behind that. I'll leave it to the lap scorers. And in 4th place this evening, driving this car number 72, put your hands together for Martin Horson, folks. Put your hands together. Martin will now come forward, accept his sash, and also the trophy, finishing 4th in the Murray Valley Standard ASCF Australian Modified Production title. And Martin, congratulations, a very tough race, 40 laps there, and that fog, a good one to contend with.
Yeah, the fog was another thing we had to deal with, but it was good. Can I just thank my crew? Thanks to Les and Dad. Thanks to Spider for giving me the right setup at the right time. Sorry I couldn't pull it off. Thanks to Lyndon as well for building a great engine. Little's Competition Services have really helped me out this year, and I couldn't do it without them. Thanks to Warburton's Butcheries, the Motorhouse, Carline Mufflers, Reckless Tyre Company for being with me for so long. It's really fantastic. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Martin. And in 3rd place aboard the Energy Release Commodore, put your hands together for the driver of car number 21, Greg Whirling. There, Greg, in the Energy Release red sash there for you for being 3rd place on the podium here in the Murray Valley Standard ASCF Australian Production Car title. And he gets here the sash and the trophy, all important Australia number 3. Great drive there, Greg. Hard effort.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly a 40-lap final for a difference. I mean, is that fog, smoke? I couldn't have a clue what in the hell was going on. Yeah, look, congratulations to Peter. They've put on a superb effort all weekend, and to Ashley as well. Third place, I mean, we've got to be happy with that to come from where we were. I'd just really like to thank my sponsors, Valvoline Energy Release, Denny Smith Race Cars from Rocket Race Cars Australia. Without his help, there's no way we'd have a superb car like we've got now. Thank you very much, Danny. Suzanne, who's supported me all the way, thanks very much for your help all the time. And my father, for puts in such a tremendous effort, and particularly this weekend, thank you very much. And to Philip, who travelled all the way down here, travels with us everywhere, thank you for your help. We really do appreciate your efforts. And to our local sponsors, Affordable Mechanical Repairs, what a great bunch of people there. Thank you to Gary and Helen for your support over the weekend. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you very much. Hope this is some reward. If you want a good mechanical place in town, that's where you go. Thank you.
Thanks very much for that, Greg Welling. And in second place after starting on the outside front row, put your hands together for the antenna specialist Commodore driver of Ashley Parkinson. Ashley had a great drive there, led for over half race distance, had to contend with a lot of things, including the fog, and making some decisions, talking with the officials down here trackside about how bad the fog was, but certainly a very tough race there. 40 laps around the tight Review Speedway, and Ash, a very good drive, and so close, but second place, mate, you've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, first of the losers ain't all bad, but I'd really like to thank Chris and Leslie for letting me race the car and all the stuff they do. My sponsors, antenna specialist, Highport cylinder heads. I'd really like to thank Hans. He's the goddamn man. He builds everything for me, diffs, gearboxes, engines, the whole lot. It basically makes it so I can come racing because I got bugger all coin. I'd really like to thank the crew that come up here with me, Matt and Dean. Thanks a lot. I'd really like to thank me mum and Nev. They follow me around everywhere, come and help me out all the time, and cook me bacon and eggs in the morning and that, just to keep me fat enough. Also I'd like to thank Matt from Victory Lane. He gives me heaps of stuff and sells a heap of good parts, so thank you. I'd also really like to thank Jill, because not only does she have to come around, but she has to put up with me, which is a pretty hard job. So anybody else I forgot to thank, I'm sorry.
Thanks very much for that, Ash. Second place in the Murray Valley Standard 2003 modified production title. But the guy I'm about to introduce, he is the new Australian champion. Put your hands together for the Withcott Ceilings pilot, number 55 of Peter Lack. Congratulations, Peter. Now, the blue sash, the number 1, will go on the car. And I'm looking for those pon-pon girls. There they are. Well done there, Peter. A great drive there, and a very hard race, and not only the leaders contend with this fog as well.
Yeah, no, it was a bit scary, the fog. It got a bit thick there at one stage, but no, we got through. It was a tough race. Ashley drove superbly, and it was bloody hard to get past him, to be honest with you. So, but once we got clear, it was good. So, yep.
And of course, the Withcott Ceilings team, you couldn't have done it without them.
Listen, the Withcott Ceilings team, mate, just what a team, you know, like the whole lot of them. There's a tribe of about 100 over there, I think, but there they are. Listen to them. But you know, thanks to Graham and Wendy Earhart from Withcott Ceilings, they produced a magnificent car. You know, I'd like to thank the dad. You know, he spends a lot of time on the car. My wife Michelle, the last 4 weeks we haven't seen each other, and like Mick, Brad, Bob Fraser, like Bob. Good on you, mate. Thanks for the engine and the help. You know, he spent a lot of time on the computer, and it wasn't, you know, it's been terrific. You know, all the crew, Brad, Meg, Alan, Michelle, you know, all the guys in the 05 car, Greg, the whole lot, they all put in on every car. So all the girls up the top there, you know, been lap scoring all weekend, and just unbelievable. You know, just thanks for everyone.
Well, there you have it, folks. Put your hands together for the new Australian champion in modified sedans, Peter Lack, numero uno in the country.